This is page 341. And page 341 is an interesting page because there are no absolute correct answers. All the answers are going to vary. Now, why do answers vary? Well, because there's not a right answer, because it says describe real-world values that the variables could represent. So that means you get to make up a scenario that matches these numbers. And so I'm going to help you, and you're welcome to borrow my answers here. I'm going to underline that better. The directions read, describe real-world values that the variables could represent, and then describe the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. So all that means that the answers vary, and you're welcome to borrow my answers or you're welcome to try your own. Okay, so let's check it out. What we know here is that if you look at the x values, they go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. And if you look at the y values, they start at 15 and then they go up by 1. So what we need to do here is make up a situation in that as the x goes up by 1s, the y also goes up by 1s, but the y started at 15. So this could be something where you add something to a collection. Like for example, I'm going to handwrite this. It might be a little messy, but we'll live. So we're going to say that Bridget's parents, just make it a name here, gave her an MP3 player with 15 songs on it. So this is the 15 that we just described right here. And so what could x be? Well, x could be she wants to increase her amount of songs each week. So we're going to say each week, Bridget buys one song to add to her total. So what's going on here? Well, this is week number 1. Or that's week 0, she was given the MP3 player, and then after week 1 she now has 16 songs, and after week 2 she has 17 songs, after week 3 she has 18 songs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say x is the number of weeks, and y is the number of songs. And the last thing says to describe the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. And really what they want us to say there is we want to say something like the number of songs depends on the number of weeks. All right, if you want to come up with your own, that's fine with me. If not, you can hit pause and record this answer for yours. And when you're ready, hit play and go on to the next one. Okay, let's check out number 9. The situation on number 9 is a little different than before. We can't really do like the same thing. I mean, we could do something similar to it. We can't really do the same thing because it's not an adding relationship anymore. This is a multiplicative relationship. And the reason I say that is because the x values are going up by 1, the y values are going up by 16. So every time you have an x, it's the y is 16 times greater. So what kind of situation would you have where as you go from 1 to 2, you go from 16 to 32. This could be a really good one for money, and it could be either earning or it could be I'm gonna go with earning, the one I'm gonna choose. It could be with earning money or it could actually be spending money. So do you notice this one right here? 16 for 1 and 32 for 2. That could be like how much money you earn doing something. So you could say something like, and I've used one similar to this before. You could say something like Karen earns $16 for each driveway she shovels in the winter. This is snow shoveling. So these would be the driveways, And these would be the money. So for every driveway, if she did 0 driveways, she'd make $0. If she did 1 driveway, she'd earn $16. If she did 2 driveways, she'd earn $32. So we're going to say the X represents the number of driveways and Y represents the the amount of money she earns. I'm going to say it represents how much she earns. And the last one is they want us to say which depends on what? Her earnings depend. Her earnings depend on how many driveways she shovels. Cool. If you need to, you can hit pause, copy my answer for number 9, or you can make up your own as long as it has kind of the same ideas. All right, let's check it out. Let's check out the next one. This last one here is a graph, and we could turn it into a table if we needed to, but we don't have to. We can just say what's happening here. Well, as we go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's happening on the y-axis is going up by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So what kind of scenario could we show that if we go up by 1 on the x-axis, we're going up by 3 on the y-axis? So anytime that you think of something that could cost like $3, that would work. So for example, at the beginning of the school year, I sold earbuds for $3 per pair. So this would be the earbuds, and this would be the money. So if you had 1 set of earbuds, it would cost $3. If you sold 2 sets of earbuds, it would be $6. So I'm going to use my own name here. Mr. Smith sold earbuds for $3 per pair. The x-axis is the number of earbuds sold, and the y-axis is the amount of money earned or paid. It doesn't really matter if you call it earn or paid. It's students are paying to get the earbuds. The amount of money depends on the number of earbuds sold. Cool, good job. Hit pause. Use that answer if you want to. Change it slightly if you want to be a little bit more creative. And upon finishing number 10, you are done with page 341. Good job.